we're going to call this recommending meeting to order the 16th day of December 2008. Are we in compliance with the open meeting law?
We are.
Okay. And at this time, I would like to call for bill number 2008-54, requires all streets and drives that do not terminate in an intersection to eliminate at a circular cul-de-sac, sponsored by Councilman Stephen Ross. Staff?
I don't have a particular presentation on this bill, but since we have the sponsor here and Public Works, either of those who want to say anything, it's now your turn.
If I can, Mr. Chairman and Councilman,
Sir?
state for the record that I am filling in for Councilwoman Tarkanian as she is attending to her father's health issues. So it's just ironic that I happen to be here the same day as I
Right.
sponsor this ordinance. And I'll make my statements short to the point, and this will be my presentation. As many of you already know, public safety will be and continues to be my number one priority and the city's number one priority. This ordinance will require developers to work with the city to improve public safety for the families in our community. We have had too many accidents and near misses from large commercial vehicles having to back out long residential streets. One near miss for one child is too many. When the city worked with the home building community, we allowed for a reduction in the street width to 24 feet in order to allow higher density and as part of the sustainability initiatives that the city has approved. The city was unable to foresee many of the challenges that our fire department, our police department, and our trash company and delivery companies and other large-scale vehicles would face without having through streets and or a turnaround and crash gates are not enough. We cannot have a situation where public safety vehicles are trapped on a street or delayed from responding to the next call because of other vehicles blocking them on the road. This ordinance requires that there be a cul-de-sac for these larger vehicles to turn around in, or for the developers to comply with the sustainability initiatives, which would require through roads and connectivity, as I know our Public Works Department enjoys. This ordinance also provides flexibility for the City Council to consider hardship cases from developers by providing a waiver option. At any time we have the opportunity to change our code to protect our families, I believe we're heading in the right direction as a city. And with that, would ask if Mr. Anderson from Public Works has any additional comments to support this ordinance change.
Not specifically. I certainly am available to answer any questions, but I agree with everything that you said.
And that's my presentation, Councilman.
Okay, and if you will, for the record, please state your name for the record.
Barton Anderson, Public Works.
Thank you. Does anyone wish to be heard on this item? Hearing none, seeing none. Councilman, will entertain a motion.
I would move for to recommend to the council. See, I forgot the exact words we use here. Yeah, I would move for a due pass on agenda item 3, bill number 2008-54.
Okay.
That's my motion.
And all in favor? Say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Motion passes. Next item will be bill number 2008-55, amends the Lone Mountain West Master Development Plan and Design Standards to update certain information regarding area acreage, unit counts, and density, and to establish a maximum overall residential density of 7 dwelling units per gross acre, sponsored by Councilman Larry Brown. Is there anyone here wishing to speak on that item, staff?
Yes, this bill was requested for us to update the Lone Mountain West Master Development Plan and Design Standards. Over the course of time, development comes in and council approves development at certain densities, and so the request was that we update the document to bring it current. The bill as introduced was current through November, and at your last council meeting, I believe, you approved another project and an amendment to the plan. So we were asked by planning to bring forward a first amendment that's in front of you. I'll just briefly point out the changes. The first page, we changed that date from November 6th to December 3rd to reflect what took place at your last council meeting. There are 3 changes in the table that's on page 2. Actually, there's more than 3. The medium low density residential and multifamily medium residential numbers are adjusted to reflect what you did at your last meeting, as well as the total number of dwelling units. In addition, the gross residential density at the bottom of the table is changed from 6.88 to 7.27. And then further on in notes 1 and 2 of that table, we indicate that those numbers are current as of December instead of November.
Right.
And with that, we recommend that you send this on to council with the do pass as to the First Amendment.
Okay. Does anyone wish to be heard on this item? Hearing none. Councilman?
I would recommend to send to council with the due pass agenda item 4, bill number 2008-55, and with the First Amendment.
Very good.
Okay, and all in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Motion passes. And bill number 2008-56, which updates the description of certain city ward boundaries to reflect changes in precinct numbers or descriptions made by the Clark County Election Department as a result of annexations or otherwise proposed by Beverly K. Bridges, City Clerk. At this time, would you like to come forward and put anything on the record? Madam Clerk.
Val's going to put the First Amendment on.
Okay, great.
As you know, our code describes the boundaries of the wards not by meets and bounds descriptions or parcel numbers, but precinct numbers. And occasionally, the election department will redo those, combining some, breaking some out, reflecting annexations. The bill, as introduced, was almost complete, but we discovered one additional precinct number 2968, that will go into Ward 5. That's been on the books for some time, but wasn't reflected in the code. So the only change would be to add precinct number 2968 to Ward 5, which is reflected in Section 2 of the bill, and we recommend you move it ahead as a First Amendment.
Okay. And where is precinct 2968? Where's that located?
Do you know what that is?
Yes. It's Beverly Bridges, City Clerk. It's a small section we annexed right by the county islands in the middle of your ward. I didn't bring the latest map that I just got from planning, but it's just a small little section right at the county island. They annexed it in out of the county. So it can't roll into another precinct, so it was added in its own number.
So as the precinct is added to Ward 5, is there an increase of, is it just an open parcel? Is it homes?
It's an open parcel. There are no residents in it.
Okay, so it's just an open parcel. Okay, great. Thank you for that. Is there anyone wishing to speak on this item? Hearing none, seeing none, I would entertain a motion at this time, Councilman.
Mr. Chairman, I would, on agenda item 5, bill number 2008-56, and with its First Amendment, I would recommend we move to City Council with a due pass. That's my motion.
Okay, and all in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Motion passes. We are now down to citizens' participation. Public comment during this portion of the agenda must be limited to matters within the jurisdiction of the committee. No subject may be acted upon by the committee unless that subject is on the agenda and is scheduled for action. If you wish to be heard, come to the podium and give your name for the record. The amount of discussion on any single subject, as well as the amount of time any speaker is allowed, may be limited. Is there anyone at this time? Hearing none, I will move for an adjournment.
Second that.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Recommending meeting is closed. Thank you for your participation.
Thank you for letting us participate.